Gentle sunlight filters through large tropical trees, dappling a lush garden. A rattan hammock sways gently under the shade of vibrant gumamela bushes, and delicate wailing orchids bloom nearby. Clumps of fragrant sampaguita flowers are nestled among the other plants, their small white blossoms glowing softly. A young violet is on the hammock, giggling softly, her small hands reaching out as if playing with an invisible companion. Her head tilts, listening intently to someone, unseen by the audience but clearly present to her. Her eyes are wide, innocent, brimming with delight. The gentle creak, giggles. "You tickle. Again," she said. Chilled Violetta, pointing at sparkly air, swirling around the garden, waving goodbye to an empty spot on the porch, whispering secrets to shadows under the ancient mango tree. Her parents watch from a distance with fond, slightly bewildered expressions, exchanging knowing glances. Violetta now is a graduating student from her master's degree, is in a bustling school hallway. But still she sees subtle, almost overwhelming visual cacophony of overlapping translucent figures. Other spirits, some moving with purpose, some drifting aimlessly. They are faded, not dark like the well spirit, distorted, overlapping whispers and faint sounds of old chatter. Muffled school sounds, bells, distant voices. She's trying to concentrate on her textbook, but her eyes dart, trying to filter the unseen. A subtle headache grimace. Violetta, retreating. She's in her room, pulling a blanket over her head, trying to block out the crowd. Show the faint, shimmering shadows of spirits still visible through the blanket. A sense of no escape. A low, growing hum of unseen energy, almost like static. Violetta's heavy sigh echoed the room. The old, disused well at the back of the family property. Moss-covered stones, overgrown surroundings, casting a long shadow. The top of the well is covered by a heavy, aged wooden lid or cap. On its side, close to the ground, there is a small, jagged hole, almost hidden by overgrown foliage. The restaurant is cozy, with the soft clatter of cutlery and hushed conversations creating a low hum. Sunlight streams through a window, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air. Violetta sits alone at a small table, a half-eaten meal in front of her. Her brows are furrowed, and her eyes, though seeing the restaurant, clearly reflect a mind far away. Her posture is tense, a visible representation of her inner turmoil. There was a gentle, soft music playing, ambient restaurant sounds, muffled chatter, soft clinking of dishes, a slightly melancholic, pensive melody underneath. The past few weeks had been a blur of fear and confusion. The whispers of the unseen world were growing louder, the shadows stretching longer. And then, Kay. The memory of the spirit's touch, the way it had almost taken her best friend, fueled a cold determination. But what could she even do? Her expression shifts through a rapid succession of emotions. Confusion as she replays unseen events, a flicker of fear at the power of the dark spirit, and finally, a hardening of her jaw, a quiet determination to act. Her hand is toying restlessly with a fork, pushing a piece of food around her plate. She's completely lost in thought. Suddenly, with an unconscious, sharp movement, her hand slips. The fork flies from her grasp, arcing across the narrow space. A sharp, unexpected clink as the fork hits something. The ambient restaurant sounds momentarily falter, then resume. The fork has struck a man sitting directly across the table opposite to hers. He's dressed casually, reading a book. He looks up, startled, a hand reflexively going to his arm where the fork bounced off. He looks across at Violetta, a mix of surprise and mild amusement on his face. Violetta's eyes snap to him, wide with embarrassment and a fresh wave of mortification. Her cheeks flush, mortified, leaning forward slightly. "Oh my goodness, I am so sorry. Are you all right?" "I was just—" "I wasn't looking." Daniel offers a small, kind smile, a slight crinkle at the corner of his eyes. Chuckles softly. "Perfectly fine. Just a rogue fork. No harm done. Are you all right? You seem a little preoccupied." Violetta flusters, trying to gather herself, still acutely embarrassed but also intrigued by his gentle reaction. She notices his kind eyes. "Yes, I'm fine. Really. Again, I'm so sorry." Daniel picks up the fork, setting it neatly on his own table. He gives her another reassuring, albeit curious look before returning to his book, though he glances up at her once more, a thoughtful frown on his face. Violetta watches him for a moment, a strange feeling in her chest. She can't place it, but something about him feels different, safer somehow. The encounter, though awkward, has briefly pulled her from the depths of her worry. How does this new scene feel as an addition? It sets up their initial, rather unconventional meeting perfectly.